Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you my favorite 2-minute drill plays that I use at the end of the game when I absolutely need a touchdown to win. The plays that I'm going to show you are broken into 4 different categories. They are drive starters, over the middle pass plays, take a shot throws once you get down to the 25-yard line, and then finally goal line passing plays if you haven't scored a touchdown already. First, I'm going to walk you through all these plays one at a time in practice mode, and then I'm going to show you some real in-game footage of me using these plays so you can see them live in action. So with that all out of the way, let's get right into it. The first group of plays are going to be the drive starters. The 4 plays that I'm going to show you are very quick passing plays near the sideline to help you gain cheap and easy yardage, and they are designed to help you get out of bounds quickly to save time on the clock. The first play is called RPO Alert Screen in the bunch strong offset formation. If you look at the play art, you can see the other 2 receivers in the bunch set are going to get out in front to block for the receiver who's actually getting the ball. This is probably my favorite play to start a drive with because you're almost guaranteed to get out of bounds, and sometimes you can clip this runoff for some big gains. The next play is Exit RPO Read Bubble and the East X Over formation. This is very similar to the last play, but you can see the tight end going in motion pre-snap to get an extra blocker on the edge. This is a great play to run, especially if the defensive backs are playing off coverage. It's an easy pitch and catch to get easy yards underneath and to get out of bounds to stop the clock. The next play is Motion Alert Swing Buck and the Split Z Plus formation. Same thing on this play, one of the backs goes in motion again to set up a block on the outside. This formation appears to be a heavy run formation, so if they stack the box, that should leave plenty of room on the outside to take this up the sideline for easy yards. And then finally, the last drive starter play is halfback cross screen and the wide bunch formation. I love this formation because the wide receivers are split so far outside, and if the defense spreads out with them, it leaves a lot of open space underneath for the running back to clip off a big gain to start your 2-minute drive. The next group of plays are going to be the over-the-middle passing plays. Those drive starter plays that I just showed you were really focusing on getting out of bounds and using the sidelines. And if you're playing someone online, they are naturally going to start hovering towards the sidelines because you've been throwing quick screens to the outside. That should really help open up the middle of the field, which is what these next 3 plays are going to focus on. The first play is backs cross and the split slot open formation. The only adjustment I make on this play is to put the left wide receiver on a clear out streak route. This graphic may look confusing because I put both running backs as the first read, but after you snap the ball, you're just going to watch the middle of the field where the green rectangle is and see which running back beats their man across the middle. This first rep, you can clearly see the running back going to the left has much better leverage than the other back, so I threw it to him. And the next rep, you can actually see both running backs were open because they blitzed. So I dumped it off quickly for an easy gain. This play is very good because no matter which back you throw it to, there's a high percentage chance you're going to get out of bounds as well to stop the clock. The next play is level switch in the empty tray flex formation. The adjustments I make are to put the far left receiver on a clear out streak. I drag RB across the middle, and then B on the far right side, I make him do a slant. This is what the play should look like. Those are your 3 reads in order. I love this deep in route concept with the drag underneath because it makes the person using the DB in the middle of the field to make a choice of covering the deep route or the receiver running underneath it. The first read is going to be that deep in route over the middle. Most of the time, you'll get lucky with an easy pitch and catch. That middle of the field is so vulnerable with these routes. And if they focus their attention on the deep ball, then usually the drag underneath is open for a big gain. The next play is seam divide and the bunch wide set. The only adjustment I make on this play is to put the running back on an out route to the left. You're going to look for the route over the middle first, then the drag route, and then finally throw it to the running back if neither of them are open. I love the route that goes deep over the middle. I've been using the same play in Madden for at least 5 years. That over the middle route gets open all the time. I swear it's broken. Go and try this play out for yourself. And if he's not open, this drag route underneath almost always picks up a big chunk of yards. This is one of those plays that works in every EA game, whether it's college football or Madden. Definitely add this play to your playbook. Now that you've worked your way down to the red zone or the 25-yard line area, it's time to take a shot. These are the 3 plays I'm going to focus on. I actually have an entire video on my channel that focuses on shot plays from the 20-yard line if you want to go check that video out. This is the thumbnail for that video. I'm going to choose 3 random plays from that video to show you what shot plays I typically like around this part of the field. The first play is zig under in the tight doubles formation. I recommend flipping it. I just prefer my tight end running to the left side more on this play. From there, I put my running back on an out route to the left. And then the B receiver on the right side, I put him on a clear out streak. Your first read will be the tight end to the corner, and if he's covered, dump it to the running back underneath. This play is so overpowered. The tight end's leverage against the safety wins almost every single time, and if another defender drops back to help cover him deep, just dump it to the running back underneath to get out of bounds and save some clock. The next play is sprint, whip, smash in the duo over playbook. You don't need to make any adjustments for this play. Your first read is the deep ball, the second read is the short zig route, and the third option is to just run it with the quarterback. This play is actually designed for you to sprint right as soon as you get the ball. This corner route gets such good leverage versus the safety, which makes it an easy touchdown grab. If he's not open, the zig route underneath is literally broken on this game. He gets open almost every single time. And if you don't feel comfortable throwing it to either one, the quarterback usually has an easy lane to take it up the sidelines for a big gain. The next play is slot choice in the 5 wide receiver formation. I put the far left receiver on a clear out streak. I drag Y in the slot on the left. I put RB on the right on a post route so he distracts the safety on the right side. And then another clear out route for B on the far right side. I know that's a lot of adjustments to make pre-snap, but this is what it should look like. This play is overpowered as fuck. Your first read is going to be the deep over route, and if he's not there, just hit the drag underneath. This concept, again, is to make the linebacker in the middle of the field make a decision to guard high or stay low, which almost always leaves one of the receivers open. I always get big gains when I call this play. If your shot play gets you down near the goal line and you need one play to win the game, these are the 3 goal line pass plays that I would recommend. Just make sure you are managing the clock correctly depending on how much time is left in the game. And again, I already made another video displaying my 10 favorite goal line pass plays if you want to check that video out as well. The first play is called curl flat in the tight formation. The adjustments are going to be to put B on an out route and stem him up one time to create space between him and the running back. Put X on an in route to run across the middle of the field, and put Y on a curl so he distracts any DB on that side of the field. These are going to be all 3 of your read progressions. Your first read is the running back in the flat, which is almost always open. Then your second read is B in the corner of the end zone. He'll be open if someone picks up the running back on the goal line. If neither of them are open, I start sprinting right and look for X coming across the middle. And then, of course, if all else fails, you can always run it in with the quarterback. This is a great play on the goal line because it realistically gives you 4 options to score. The next play is Y stick, halfback angle, and the Y trips weak formation. I prefer to flip this play so the Texas route is on the right side. The only adjustments are to put the slot receiver on a drag route and put the far receiver on an out route to get out of the way. Your first read is going to be the running back on the Texas route, and then the drag coming across the middle. A lot of times the linebackers will blitz on the goal line, which leaves the running back wide open in the middle of the field. If they do drop back and cover the middle, the drag coming underneath will be open because the Texas route is distracting anybody hovering over the middle. And then, of course, if neither of them are open, you can always take it yourself with the quarterback to the end zone. And finally is halfback / alert bubble and the single back spread formation. Once my offense gets to the line of scrimmage, I'll flip the play depending on the defensive leverage of the slot cornerbacks. For instance, the slot corner on the right is playing off my receiver, so I'm going to flip the screenplay to make it go to the right. He was out of position before the ball was even snapped, which gave me a huge advantage for a walk-in touchdown on the right side. Same thing on this play to the left. The slot cornerback is one step closer to the offensive line, which is already putting him out of position. So I'm going to keep the play going to the left side and throw it to him and walk in for an easy touchdown. Now that I've showed you all my favorite plays in practice, I'm going to put a whole drive together and a real game to show you how this should look. So here's the situation. I'm down 21-0 before half, and I need a touchdown to get back into this game. I have a minute and 30 seconds left with all 3 timeouts. I'll begin with my drive starter plays and work my way down the field to try to get a touchdown. The first play is a quick screen to the right. I failed to get out of bounds, but it did give me a few yards to start my momentum on the drive. Now I'm going to try to run a screen to the left side, which is the wide side of the field, which will give me more room to run and make a decision in the open field. I get out of bounds too, which helps stop the clock. Unfortunately, on the next play, I tried this halfback screen, and I held the ball too long, and the nose tackle messed up my throw, which put me into 4th down. So I came back on 4th with my backs cross play. This will allow me to get the ball out quick in case the defense decides to blitz me. Luckily, I had enough time to get the ball out, and I got out of bounds, which stopped the clock. This was a big time play to keep the drive alive. I've dinked and dunked it enough already, so I want to try to pick up some big yardage with my over-the-middle throws. The linebacker stayed way too shallow, which allowed me to rip it over his head easily for a 13-yard gain. Now I'm going to call one of my favorite plays. They played it good on the deep crossing route over the middle, so I went through my progressions and just checked it down to my drag route for a decent gain. And then I called a timeout to really preserve the time on the clock. Just a side note, when I'm at the line about to hike the ball, I'm always thinking about the play I'm going to call next, so I can save as much time on the clock too. If you have a lot of time on the play clock, definitely try and think about what play is next so you can manage your time wisely. And then I end up getting a big gain on this empty formation play. This play spreads the defense out so nicely, it really creates a good matchup in the middle of the field. Right now, I should have milked the clock a little bit more before I hiked the ball. I went too quickly, and I'm going to end up leaving too much time because I didn't manage this correctly. But you can see, though, how great this sprint right play is. It's probably the most broken play in the game, in my opinion, which gets me down to the 2-yard line. On this final play, the routes actually bugged out when I tried to flip it. I was trying to run the ball once I got to the 1-yard line to try and milk some more time, but Scadaboo is too nice on this game, and he ended up getting the touchdown too quickly.
Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
So yeah, I just wanted to put an actual drive together so you could see these plays being used in a real 2-minute drill situation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely go and try these plays out for yourself and add them to your custom playbook. I have a lot of college football content on my channel if you guys want to go check out some of my other videos. If you guys like this video, feel free to subscribe for more content just like this. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!